Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about Cinque Terre mistakes.
Alright guys, so let's talk about some of those mistakes for Cinque Terre. So one of them is that a lot of people think, hey, I'm, in a different region and I've rented a car. I think I'm just going to drive over to Cinque Terre and... No? Is that a bad idea?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to drive in Cinque Terre, so you do not want to have a car. You're going to have trouble parking, trouble driving. Ditch your car, take a train to Cinque Terre, you'll be much happier.
Excellent. That is true. If you rent a car, you're going to have to park your car outside the city because cars are actually not allowed into the Cinque Terre town. So even if you had a local car, you can't drive in. You have to park outside of the city. And the parking is an hourly rate, not a daily rate. So you're going to pay a lot of money to park your car if you're there for a few days. So just like you said, ditch the car and get there by train. It's much prettier anyways, isn't it? Yeah.
Another mistake people make is not making reservations for a popular restaurant if they want to go. There aren't that many sit-down, dine-in restaurants. So if you want to use one and you're there in high season, go ahead and make a reservation.
Yep.
There are a lot of tourist kind of stands where you can buy food, which is
just quick.
Quite a bit
fast food,
quite a bit cheaper and quite a bit quicker. So people use those a lot. But if you want to sit down in a fancy restaurant, make a reservation.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you just show up, you either have to wait a long time or you may not even get in to eat.
Yeah.
So definitely keep that in mind. The next one is that these are all old towns, and if you're not wearing the proper footwear, man, are you gonna pay for it?
Yeah.
If you're trying to show up in your cute Instagrammable outfit in some heels, wow, you're gonna have a hard time getting around. Or even just really flip-flops too are hard to walk in on those. I mean, it's cobblestone and just very uneven surfaces, and some spots really slip. So just
and
think about that.
They can be steep hills, and there's also places where you may want to get off the beaten path and explore a little bit, and you might be walking on a rock or walking on a path, walking up a hillside. So yeah, you're going to want to have good footwear anywhere you go. Yeah, the terrain changes very quickly.
The next one is when you're eating at restaurants or even popping into those little stands is just sticking with the American Italian dishes, which is basically like the Italian dishes that have been Americanized for us. Like things like spaghetti and meatballs, that's not a thing. The Italians don't eat spaghetti and meatballs. You're not going to find that on any Italian menu unless, they have a Western portion of their menu. So keep that in mind, that and fettuccine Alfredo. And even lasagna is completely different than the American version
much flatter
of it. So just keep in mind that the dishes are not going to look the same. But let me just tell you right now, they're definitely worth getting. They're definitely worth eating. Do not waste your time eating the Americanized versions. Eat the real Italian food because, wow, it's so yummy.
Shopping in Cinque Terre is much different than shopping in the rest of Italy. So in a lot of Italy, it's known for shopping. It's known for fashion. If you're in Milan or something like this. But Cinque Terre, the shopping is more known for food and wine, and it is great, and the wine there is produced locally. You can take some amazing wine tours. We did take a wine tour there. Highly recommend that in Manarola. So just be aware that you're not going to really be doing clothing and fashion shopping there. Do that in another part of Italy if you want to do that.
Definitely. All right, and then the last tip that we have to share with you is in your head, if you're thinking you're going to go to Cinque Terre and go swimming in a pool, those are really hard to come by. There's very few pools in Cinque Terre, and they're hard to get into even because a couple of them are even just private. But you can do some swimming there because obviously it's right there by the water, but it's really rocky.
Yeah, and not all the towns have beaches. Really only two. have a beach, and the one in Vernazza is pretty small. So it's not really a beach area. Your time is not best served there at the beach. You can do that in other places. If you have to go to the beach, you can, but you'd be better off doing some hiking, seeing the sights, and taking in the local culture.
Yeah, if you want to lay out in a beach setting feel, you could take the train down to Monterroso al Mare, and you can get a chair there and lay out if you want to, and kind of hear the ocean, the waves popping on, and be by the sand. But it's kind of it's not really a swimming area. You won't see any people really in the water except for maybe some crazy surfers. But it's not really a place where you want to go swimming because the water is so crazy. But yeah, just our last tip for you guys. So hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Make sure that you like the video, comment on the video on any tips you might have, or what you're planning on doing when you go to Cinque Terre, and make sure that you subscribe to the video. Share it if you want to share it with others who you want to know these mistakes not to make, and we'll catch you on our next trip.